Okay, hi, hello, my name is Sam, my pronouns are they, them, and welcome back to my office. It is Sunday. I just got finished editing the vlog that's supposed to go up today and getting that scheduled, and now it is like 12:30 in the afternoon, so I need to take her on a walk. She needs to get up and out for the day. It's an absolutely gorgeous day outside, and I'm super excited because it's getting to the point where I can start spending time outside. I can start back up my woodworking. It means I can start hanging my laundry out on the line outside because I have a perpetual fear of the dryer. I think that dryers are the most terrifying concept for some, not for some stupid reason, because dryer fires are like a thing, and my house is quite flammable. It's what happens when you're a book collector. Your house becomes flammable. But let's kind of talk about this week's goals. So we're pulling over from last week, and my goal number one is to continue on with planning out my meals so I actually eat and keeping up with movement. I really need to start getting in the habit of taking my dog for a walk more often. She's really hard to walk with. Because she's almost 15 years old, so she can't really walk very well. So it's like a whole scenario. It's not just hooking her up and taking her. It is hook her up, grab the wagon, set up the wagon, grab her, pull the wagon for like 10 minutes while we walk at a literal snail's pace until she decides that she cannot walk any longer. And then I have to put her in the wagon, because if I just put her in the wagon outright, she gets really mad. She's like, no, I want to walk for as long as I can walk. So it's like a song and dance to take this dog for a walk. But she needs to get out more, and with the new dog coming in T-minus 11 days, the new dog, Bug, is 1-year-old Chihuahua, so she is going to need to go for regular walks and exercise. I know she's not going to need as much walking as, say, like, a bigger, more adventurous kind of dog, but she's definitely going to need to get out and do more than just pitter-patter around our large backyard, which is what Sadie does right now. So, I need to get into that habit. And speaking of getting into habits, I have to do some major dog prep this upcoming week. I have some stuff coming in the mail, like her collar, her leash, her harness. We have a long line coming, so I can work with training pretty severely. She's got a new bed coming. She's got a new ceramic slow feeder coming. So I need to pick out some good soft training treats. I need to get everything organized at work so I can take a few days off work. I'm going to be taking like a Monday or a Wednesday through Friday off from work so I can adjust to her schedule. She can adjust to me. We can adjust as a household. So that's a lot to deal with. I also really want to get the porch set up really well, and I want to just start getting our outdoor area kind of taken care of a little bit more. We are still in the middle of mud season, which is like the worst season in Maine, but it's definitely time to start getting some stuff together. I need to source some pallets because I have a little tiny blow-up pool for myself, and over the past few years I've tried a few different methods to make it work the best, and this year I'm going to try pallets. Lift it up off the ground and see if that helps the most, because pool time is my favorite time in the summer. I've got to do all of that. My car is already mostly set up. I have a new kind of backseat hammock scenario for Sadie, so she doesn't fall between the seats anymore. And my mom's boss's wife gifted me a really, really nice fancy car seat for Bug. So that is what she will be traveling home with, because I don't want to put the two of them together, because Sadie's coming with me to pick up Bug, which is probably not the best idea, but I can't leave her with my partner. She's too difficult for everyone other than me. So this whole week is basically just try to keep myself together, prep, and I also have my first meeting for my queer crafting circle or queer crafting corner on Saturday, so I have that to do as well. So it's going to be chaotic, it's going to be a lot. I'm not really prepared for it, but I'm going to try and prep some good reading playlists for the week and plan out some audiobooks so I can get things together. Because this week I need to film for like my sapphic fantasy series that I do very lightly. I think I'm picking up Crier Wars for this one. So I really need to get into that. As I say as I'm looking at a stack of other things that I need to read. Okay, I have no idea what my TBR for the week is going to be. We can figure that out after our walk. So let's go on a walk. We need it. So it is 11:20 p.m. on Sunday, and I just finished up editing chapters for one of my clients, and they are writing a queer, neurodivergent, kinky romantasy, and I'm just living for it. I'm eating it up. I'm having such a great time with the story, so I'm gonna message with them for just a little bit longer. And then I really need to go to bed because I need to be up in less than 5 hours. So I do this to myself. It's fine. Good morning, Crusty crew. So it is Monday, April, I think like 15th, and I have an unreasonable amount of things to do this week. Even today. So I actually just realized that I have 2 meetings today. So that's always fun. It's okay. We got shit to do. I got shit to do at work. I got meetings to take care of. I have client work to take care of. I have editing to do. I have reading to do. So, with that, let's get this shit started. Wish me luck. Hi, hello, good morning. It is Wednesday. And I am exhausted. But it's fine. It's fine. We have so much to do today. I have to hardcore get baseball hats done. Baseball is like my most hectic time of the year, and I am in the middle of it as chaos is unfolding in my life. So I need to do like well over 100 baseball hats today, and then I need to desperately get out of here. So I need to leave work early today to get to a meeting, and I need to get a ton of other things done. So let's just say, let the chaos begin, and let's go and work. So right now I am on the floor in my little like entryway area, which is literally just like right in front of the door. And I am trying to reorganize my dog's wardrobe. And yes, she does have a wardrobe. At first I thought it was ridiculous, and then it became the most useful thing in the world. So now I have to reorganize it to give my new dog, who's coming in next week, a space. So I'm going to show you a before, and then I'm going to show you an after, even though I already started. Because if you are someone who thinks that having a dog wardrobe is ridiculous, it absolutely is. But if you have more than one dog, even if they don't wear a lot of clothes, it's 1000% so helpful. Okay, good morning, Crusty Crew. It is Saturday, and we have some shit to get done today. So we are at work today, even though I don't normally work on Saturday because next week I'm taking some days off to go pick up Bug in Connecticut. So next week is a big week, so I need to make sure that I'm caught up on all of my shit here because it's baseball season and I have a giant clown order. Why? So I'm gonna be here for probably like 4 hours, give or take, and then I need to go into town. And today is also actually the first day of my queer craft club that I have started. So I've got to do that. That's from like noon to 2. And then I need to go home after that and rearrange the bedroom furniture a little bit to make it safe and accessible for Bug and for an air conditioner. It's not air conditioner time yet, but I would rather prepare for it now than wait until it's like 90 degrees outside and I want to die. So I need to do that, and I need to just do some last minute things around the house to make the house puppy safe. Because tomorrow I also have to work here all day, and I also have client work to do that I wanted to do last night and then I didn't because I was so tired. So let's get my machine started up and get shit rolling. Okay, we had to pause the machines because I'm listening to my audiobook right now, which is Devon and Chris Plan a Wedding by Cynthia C. Higgins. And I've been putting off reading this book for so long because I thought it was just gonna be cheesy and boring, and the cover didn't speak to me at all because I'm not usually into TV show scenarios. I learned that with Anita Kelly, and I was super disappointed with that, but this is so good. This is so good. Thank God I'm at work alone today because I am screaming. I am actually screaming. We will talk about this more later, but I have 22 minutes left and this bitch just said, "You have ruined me for every other woman." Oh my God. Oh my God. Enough people don't talk about this one. We're gonna talk about this more after it's done, but she said it and I screamed. Okay, I need to go back to work. Okay, it's 2:30 and I did it! I did it. So I went to work and then I ended up hosting and doing my little queer craft corner, and I spoke to other humans in person for 2 hours straight. And we did crafts, and this is like the world's biggest accomplishment for me. So yeah, I'm crazy excited. I just got home. We have so much to talk about and so much to do. I need to talk to you about 2 books. She's very cozy right now. She's living her life. I have to talk to you about 2 books. I have to talk to you about crafting, and I need to talk to you some more about some things that I need to get done. And I need to edit today. And so I need to do editing, and I need to do video editing. So that's all a lot to do. The microwave just went off. I need to eat some lunch. I need to grab the dog from the outside. I need to put this one down. So I'm gonna go eat, and then we can sit down and have a proper chat about everything. Say bye, Ellie. Okay, hi, hello. We need to talk. And let's start with book content because I have some book updates to give. So I'm currently in the middle of a lot of different books. So I'm reading technically 2 ebooks right now. One I'm beta reading for, so I'm not going to tell you what it is or who the author is or any of that. And one I am reading the Titanic Survivors Book Club by Timothy Shaffert, and I'm not really enjoying that. Like, I'm really struggling through it, and I might DNF it because it's pretty boring. I'm like 20% of the way through right now, and like I'm just not enjoying it. Like, it cannot grasp my attention. It's one of those books where within like 5 pages I'm asleep. Like, not figuratively, I'm physically asleep. So that's been a struggle. So let's talk about the audiobooks. So, because the audiobooks have been phenomenal, off the charts, incredible. So let's start with the one that I finished today. And that was Devon and Chris Plan a Wedding by Shensia C. Higgins. And this was a sapphic contemporary romance about 2 lesbian women who go onto a reality TV show where you are supposed to try to convince your friends and family that you are going to be marrying this person within the next 6 weeks. And they get paired up together, and they're going through this TV show, and they are doing a fantastic job convincing their families about what's going on. So Devon is in her mid-20s, I believe, and I believe she is a school counselor. I'm almost positive. And her whole reason for going on the show is because she needs to come out to her family. She has not come out to her family yet. They are religious, and she is just struggling. She cannot come out to her family because she is so scared. And her partner in this scenario, Chris, is coming onto this TV show for love. Chris is a PE teacher, but she is also a social media influencer. And she does like fitness content, and she is tired of the fake sliding into the DMs kind of ladies she's getting with. So she's going on this reality TV show for love, to find the love of her life. And oh boy, do they find each other. Oh boy, do they find each other. I did not think that I was going to like this book, like, at all when I started it. I really struggled with the first, I think, like 15-20% of the book, and not in the way of like I hated it, but more of like I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get with the characters fully, and I just struggled with the whole premise. And I'm not someone who likes TV show based books. Like, I cannot name one book that I have previously liked that revolves around a TV show. So was this really the best option for me? Like, from an outward standpoint, no, it wasn't. It was on the list of always available for the Queer Liberation Library on Libby, and I just needed something. And I was like, well, I see this at Books A Million on the Books A Million sometimes has shelves of like what their booksellers recommend, and I always see this book on one of the shelves, and I've just never been interested in it because of what the cover indicates. Like, it very clearly indicates like a TV show. Not that I have an issue with the cover itself. It's an illustrated cover, which is my preference. So it's really what it's depicting that didn't interest me, didn't catch my eye. But I am so happy that I picked this up. I gave this a 4.5 star. And the only reason it's not a 5 star is because of that beginning 20% that I just could not get engaged with the characters. But I feel like once they really started to fully engage with each other and get to like a deeper level of intimacy, like emotionally, is when I could start getting down with them. I thought that they were such a fantastic couple. I thought they had great communication skills. I thought they were interesting. I thought they were dynamic. I just enjoyed every second of like really in-depth getting to know them. And I really enjoyed the family dynamics that were present too. I guess the only trigger warning that I'm going to give here is for people with like hardcore religious trauma. So a small bit of a spoiler alert. Devon comes out to her mother. She decides to do it by bringing Chris to her church service on a Sunday as a coming out scenario, and it does not go well. It goes very poorly, and it all works itself out in what I feel is a very natural and believable way, but it does not start out good. So if you are someone who might have had like a very traumatic coming out to your highly religious parents, that might not be something that is enjoyable for you to read, but that was just like one small section. Overall, this book was amazing. I loved it. I think it was so cute, and I am going to try to get my hands on a copy of it secondhand, because I think it would be a fantastic addition to my shelf. I really, really enjoyed it. And I feel like I haven't said that about a contemporary romance in quite a long time. So I am super pleasantly surprised. Now let's talk about my favorite of the books that I'm reading. So this book, like a couple days, I got 30% of the way through it. And I immediately went to the bookstore after work to try to get a copy. My bookstore didn't have it, so while I was inside the bookstore, instead of having the bookstore order it for me, I instead went online on my phone and ordered it from like World of Books, along with another book that I wanted to order from there for a couple weeks, and I just haven't had a reason to order from there. But it is The Future is Disabled, Prophecies, Love Notes, and Morning Songs by Leah Lakshmi Pyepsna Samarasena. That is probably so incorrect in every single capacity. I'm gonna put their name right here. They are a queer, disabled Canadian activist, and this book has been everything that I needed in the world. Like, it's not, like, obviously the world is falling apart and everything is horrible, and a very large majority of people are having a hard time finding a reason to wake up in the morning. I mean, same, absolutely same with the way that America is kind of like going at this point, and all of the things that are kind of happening around us, and some of the horrible, horrible acts of violence that are just ever present every day. This book, I'm not going to say has changed my perspective, but I'm going to say that it has given me an ounce of hope that I have not been able to muster up for well over a year now. This book is all about like disabled activism, disabled justice, disabled art. Just beautiful. I don't even know how to fully describe the beauty of this book. It is everything that I needed to kind of reframe the world around me and really focus on disability justice. So I very confidently will say that I think every single person should read this book. You should absolutely 100% read this book if you are going to do anything that involves any other person in the entire world. And I stand by that. So this book is helping me give myself a little bit more space and peace, even in my own home, because I definitely don't make my home as accessible as I need it to be, and I definitely don't ask for help to the extent that I need to, and that's something that I have always struggled with. This book talks a lot about having needs and the kind of love and beauty that comes with community building and help, and the value of caretakers and care tasks. So it's helped a lot in my home. It has helped a lot in reframing and honestly pushing forward some of my beliefs when it comes to my business. Hi, I'm an editor. I run an editorial business. And it has definitely like backed up my ideas on how to create accessibility in the publishing industry. And it's definitely added on a lot more to that, and just makes me feel more confident in some of the practices that I have chosen to go with, even if they are not standard for the publishing industry. So that makes me feel a lot better, and I'm a lot more comfortable and a lot more able to develop in my own business. And it has also given me so much insight into where I go when I work and start entering in on my accessibility team for my local pride. I am helping out a lot with the accessibility portion of my local pride and volunteering and just creating a safe space for people this year, and I felt more comfortable doing so in terms of like neurodivergence, autism, ADHD, focusing on sensory spaces and that area of it. And I was very honest with my director, and I was just like, I don't have a ton of experience with physical disability activism and accessibility. It's something that I have read about fairly extensively, but I haven't like actually worked with. So I feel really good being able to walk into this event with this background knowledge now as something that I can work with and work towards and use to advocate for the people who are going to be at our local pride. Last year, our local pride had over 7,000 people, so we very obviously are going to need these services. So I feel a lot more confident with this book underneath my belt. I'm so excited to get my physical copy of it, and I just love it. I just love it. I'm only 50% of the way through, and I was at work today listening to it, and I was just crying. Like, thank God I was at work alone, because I was just crying at how beautiful it is and really how much it pushes forward that idea of community that everyone is talking about and that I am trying to foster in my own life at this point for the first time in many years. So this book is just everything, and I think that everyone should read it. Honestly, I'm only halfway through it, and I think that everyone in the entire world, if you are dealing with other humans, should read this book. I'm super excited to continue talking about it. I'm going to listen to it some more tomorrow, but you won't hear like a full thought process on it until the next vlog, because today is the last day for this vlog, which is okay because that just means that there's a wider array of people that might hear about this book. So, there are my reading updates. I still have a lot of reading to do today, but let's also talk about my queer craft corner that I started. Today was the first meeting, and 2 people showed up. And I know that 2 people doesn't seem like a lot of people, but for a small community event, you know, which I was the only person who like marketed it, and I didn't really market it because I don't have the energy to like do full-on marketing for that, and I don't really want to do full-on marketing for that. I want it to be like a safe, quiet, small space, and 2 people came, and that's so exciting. And I know that 2 people also doesn't seem like a lot, but as an autistic person who has pretty like heavily isolated myself over the past 3 years living up here, it was such a huge, insane milestone for me to have sat in a physical space with 2 strangers and like actively talked to them and hung out for 2 hours. So that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. And I did that. So, and I know that's like nothing for some people, but it's a lot for me. So, yeah, I'm super happy with it. I feel like it went really well, and I'm excited for our next little meeting. It's only like twice a month. It's not like a super continuous, like, frequent thing because I have a lot of other things to do too. But it's also just nice to kind of take like a couple hours and hang out with other queer people. So that was really nice. That was kind of everything I could have ever wanted. And now it is 4:43 or 4:34 p.m. And I need to do some cleaning and some puppy prep, and then I need to do some editing. I want to get this edited tonight, and then I want to do some client editing work tonight. So let's go move some furniture. Let's start with that.